Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to talk about the secret to a thick chest. Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. If you need coaching, check out the link down below. All right. So the secret, and I put that in quotes, to a thick chest is much more than what we see floating around on YouTube. There are so many videos out there that exist to expose or to educate lifters into what the secret is to a massive, thick chest. And usually they involve a couple pieces of bullshit. The first piece of bullshit is usually the secret to a thick or massive chest involves some unique exercises, some unique dumbbell or barbell exercises, or unique variations of conventional lifts that you might not have thought of. And this sounds really, really good on social media or on YouTube because you've never seen these movements. You can hop on and you can say, hey, that looks really cool. I've never tried that. Maybe this gentleman, maybe this lifter is onto something. All right, the second line of bullshit that comes with building a thicker chest is usually there's one simple tip that you haven't heard of that provides some magical combination of angles or frequency or exercises or whatever that will allow you to build a massive chest. I was watching a video just this morning, popped up on my feed, about a secret to building a thick chest, and it involved decline exercises. So, yep, okay, decline exercises are all of a sudden the magic secret to building a thick chest. What I want to present to you guys here is reality. Reality is looking at the data pool of all the lifters we know, all the lifters that have built a massive chest, because this is a fair way to do things. If you look at the big picture, all the lifters you see on YouTube, natties or not, all the pro bodybuilders, all the power lifters, any guy that's hit it in the gym and built a big chest, these things that I'm about to present to you are the true secret to building a thick chest based on what we know from this data pool. All right. Number one, you will build a much thicker chest if you build a strong bench and dumbbell bench press. All right. Think exercises with a big progression window. What does that mean? The best chance for you to get big is an exercise that has a big opportunity for you to get strong. Let's say you start in the gym with 95-pound bench press. All right, there's a huge opportunity for you to progress. You could go from 95 by 5 to 315 by 5. That's a huge progression window. On the other hand, you could start today with dumbbell flies, 20s by 10, and you might only get to 40s by 10 in the same amount of time. So the biggest hitters, the biggest bang for your buck are compound movements with a big progression window. All right, so number two, the second point I want to make here is it's probably a good idea to work in variation, inclines or declines, but this will not make or break you. A little bit of variation in compound movements are good, but don't obsess over them to the point where you believe you need them to build a thick chest or they're essential. Anybody that preaches you got to do inclines for a big press or big chest, or you got to do declines for a thick chest, they're full of shit. A good mix is okay, but only doing inclines is not required. Only doing declines is not required. So let's keep some realistic perspective. What I have always done over the years was I would always alternate between A and a B chest workout. And you can do this on an upper-lower split or full body. It really doesn't matter. But the meat and potatoes of how I've trained over the years was I would go in and do barbell bench press, and then after that, incline dumbbell bench press. And my second workout would be incline barbell press, and then flat bench dumbbell press. And after that, I'd work in dips, maybe declines or whatever. So I'd have a really good variation. I think variation of quality exercises with a big progression window are more important than obsessing over one variation. All right, the third thing I want to mention here to build a bigger, thicker chest is low rep benching probably isn't the path. What does that mean? If you walk into any gym, most times it's just a circus act with the bros just doing these singles, doubles, and triples where their partner, their lifting partner, is helping them move the weight. This is absolutely not the way to build a big chest. You need a good exercise selection. You need a reasonable amount of volume. You need progressive overload, and you don't need any of this nonsense. All right, tip number 4, or point number 4. Exercise variety after benching is important. Go in and do your bench variations, your big compound movements, and once your chest is slightly fatigued, then we want to work in other things. You want to work in things like dips or block sets of push-ups, machine exercises and isolation exercises. So you go in and pound the chest with the big hitters, and then you back it up once you are fatigued or you have picked up a degree of fatigue with less impactful but still quality exercises. All right, tip number 4. The next tip number 5, get strong on the biggies and feel the smallies. What does this mean? We already talked about exercises with a big progression window, like bench press variations. Get strong on those. Don't focus on feeling the chest on those exercises. But when those exercises are done, when you move on to, say, push-ups or dips or machines or isolation, then you can focus more on feel and control. When you are doing a big compound movement, you want to focus on exercise form. You do not want to try to turn a big compound movement into an isolation exercise. Once the big hitters are done, then you can take time to focus on feeling the muscle while using progressive overload and using quality control of the weight, not jerking, not destroying your shoulders, quality control of the weight. All right, next point. Consistency applied over a long period of time. This isn't a popular tip, but it's reality. So many of these secret tips to a thick chest involve some exercises, involve some simple magic tips, but they fail to tell you that you have to do what you're doing for a long period of time. And if you don't do what you're doing over a long period of time, you will never have a thick chest. All this bullshit aside, right? All these exercise variations, all the different variations and progression schemes and simple magical tips, none of this stuff matters if it's not applied consistently over time. And the final tip or the final thought is the same with diet. Your diet has to be on par with your training. It has to be consistent over a long period of time. If you don't have your calories and your protein intake dialed in to some reasonable degree, meaning reasonable that you are actually able to gain weight at a slow and steady pace and not turn into a bloat lord, if you're just kind of holding the same body weight over 3, 4, 5 years, you're not going to encourage the muscle building process, and you're not going to encourage the building of a thick chest. So guys, simplify, simplify, simplify. It's really cool on social media and YouTube to pull out magic tricks and exercise variations you've never seen. But if you look at the data pool of lifters that have accomplished a big, thick chest, they are consistent with their training, they're consistent with their diet, they have a reasonable amount of volume, and they just are a lot stronger than they were when they started. So focus on the basics. They will not let you down. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.